Good evening or good morning or afternoon to you all, wherever you may be in the world joining us right now. We're very happy to welcome you here this evening to an introduction webinar for the postgraduate diploma in orthodontics and dentofacial orthopedics here at the London Dental Institute. Firstly, most importantly, welcome to you all. We're really grateful for you, so many of you joining us here, and I hope this session can prove useful in answering many of the questions that you may have about the program and the course that is ahead. So many of you have spoken to us in the past months building up to this, and it's been great to go through the course and to hear about many of your motivations and enthusiasms for joining us on the program. So we're very much looking forward to welcoming you on the program, and yeah, as I say, I hope this proves to be useful for you all. To introduce myself, I'm Dr. James Mackenzie, and I'm one of the joint course leader of the program here at the London Dental Institute. I'm a practicing clinician here in central London. I work exclusively in orthodontics, and I absolutely love what I do, and I'm really passionate about practicing orthodontics, the clinical experience, the interaction that I feel with patients, and the benefits that they gain from this type of treatment. I also love discussing orthodontics with colleagues, in the practice, in clinic, and on programs such as this. Teaching and sharing the knowledge and information between us really helps to, I think, give extra motivation for myself, as it proves to give us an opportunity to learn from one another. So this really is a fantastic experience to be part of, and yeah, I'm very happy to see so many of you here again today. I'm joined here by my colleague, Dr. John Fagbemi, and I'll pass on to him to let him introduce himself.
Thank you, James, and welcome everybody. We're really pleased that you could join us today to hear a little bit more about the course that we're offering, and I really hope that we can give you as much information as possible and answer any questions that you may have as well. Just to introduce myself briefly, I'm Dr. John Fagbemi. I am one of the course leaders as well, along with James, and also I practice orthodontics in central London with Dr. James as well. I'll tell you a little bit more about my background and my journey to practicing orthodontics a little bit later in this presentation. For now, I'd like to just introduce some of my colleagues, who you'll also meet on the course. We have Dr. Eugenia Raffaelli, who is a specialist orthodontist from Italy, and also Dr. Massimo Diaversa, who is also a specialist orthodontist from Italy. You'll meet the two of them along the course. They've been very kind in providing a lot of their time and putting a lot of effort into the teaching material for this course. They're also joined by Dr. Rajesh Guwali, who is a professor in the orthodontic department in a hospital in Nepal, and he heads up the specialist training program there, and he works a lot with us as a mentor, mentoring a lot of the students that we have with their clinical cases. I'd like to just briefly mention some of the other lecturers that we have. We have over 30 lecturers in our faculty in total. You may recognize some of the faces on there, and they also have been kind enough to provide some fantastic presentations for the two cohorts that we've had on the course so far. I'd also like to say that we do work with some partners from the dental industry. We're not sponsored by any of them. I think that's important because we like to keep an unbiased opinion in our teaching. But just so you get an idea of some of the people that we do work with and some of the people that provide some of the work with us, provide some of the teaching. here are a few of the notable mentions. So we have the Straumann Group, Form Labs, who I'm sure you both know about, ClearCorrect, WebCef, who have been doing a lot of work in some really, really interesting AI programs within orthodontics. And also we work with some partner laboratories as well. So I'd like to just discuss now why orthodontics. And I said that I was going to tell you a little bit about my background and how I got involved in orthodontics. So I'd like to just say to begin with that I started off life in general practice, like a lot of you, I'm sure. And I don't know about you guys, but I found that a lot of the day-to-day practice that we do has some limitations with the positions of the teeth to begin with. I think my initial passion was for prosthodontics. So I was looking at cases and thinking, how can I restore this patient's dentition? Perhaps they had a worn dentition and I was looking to rebuild things, or perhaps they were coming to me looking for an aesthetic improvement. I also took up an interest in dental implants and restoring spaces, and I found that the results that I could achieve were somewhat limited by the positions of the patient's existing teeth. And if I could only just move those teeth a little bit, that could give us a much better outcome for that patient, a much more conservative outcome as well. And the one thing I would say is I got involved in orthodontics and I have absolutely no regrets about that at all. I found that from my general practice perspective, from the prosthodontics and the restorations that I could provide, the clinical outcomes are just so much better. And I found it as a real practice builder. And I would say that now, having started in general practice, kind of dabbling with orthodontics and thinking, how can I use orthodontics to help me in my day-to-day work, that my almost 100%, I would say about 95, 98% of my clinical work is purely in orthodontics. And I found that it's a really, really satisfying area of dentistry to be involved in. You can find that firstly, it's a very sort of clean and non-invasive practice. Patients really like it. I would say that, the popularity of orthodontics is growing. As you can see from this slide here, more and more patients are seeking orthodontic treatment, and they also like to recommend their friends as well. If we can provide orthodontics within the practice settings of the patients that we already have, you will find that they will bring more patients and your practice will grow as a result. So I would like to encourage you all to get involved in orthodontics, because I don't think you'll regret it.
Thank you very much, John. And absolutely, I would say very much the same. It goes from my experience, and it really is a fantastic direction in orthodontic treatment, which facilitates us to do so much more for our patients, and also actually with our patients, because with orthodontics, we often find that the patients are coming in to us asking for the treatments, and that's a really, really positive position to be in. So based on this will for us all to learn more about orthodontics, what brings everybody here today, and what does this course offer? Well, as you're aware, the course is a diploma level qualification, and that means we've built the course to offer considerably more than some of the shorter term orthodontic courses that you may see, or many of you may have already completed yourself. Why is that, and what do we need to get from these things? Well, a longer term structured academic course, it aims to give many things to you as a clinician. It gives you the knowledge to look after your patients, to learn, to improve your skill as a clinician. It gives you the confidence and the support to do so. We have a team of on-hand tutors, colleagues, and actually even your colleagues on the course will be contributing to discussions, sharing cases where you can all learn from these together. These things give you a really good platform to go on to confidently and safely approach this type of treatment for your patient, which can prove to be a real practice builder. And I think any new treatment that we do as clinicians, we have a responsibility to learn it appropriately, fully, and protect our patients as we do so. And the design of this course is really aims to make sure that anybody enrolled in it experiences that. We like to build the course to deliver the content in many different ways. Obviously, when we're learning, there are many ways in which information can be delivered, and many ways in which we can engage, read, understand, and enjoy the content and teaching. We like to divide it up into several sections, as you can see here. We have a significant component of the course is made of theory, written modular content. This is a lot of background information on embryology, ranging from the growth and development of the human skull and dental dentition, and moving right on to the theory behind and underpinning things such as biomechanics and more applied techniques that we'll be seeing within the orthodontic field. We like to also narrow this information down to clinical guides so that we're able to provide you with specific resources that you can able to access quickly and when need be, that can help you in your day-to-day clinical practice. Of course, the theory text, the theory information is very, very important to give us that background understanding, but also we need to apply that, and we need a more concise version of that that can help us with our clinical practice. We have webinars, which are a fantastic way for many of our guest presenters, lecturers, and tutors to deliver such a great amount of information. But we also like to link these webinars to live study clubs, seminars where we're able to come and introduce you. You can meet the tutors and actually build on the information that you've already learned there. We have practical training exercises, and there'll be more to come on that later. Of course, with any type of dentistry, ultimately it's a physical and a skill that we're needing to do with our hands. So we can learn a lot of theory around it, but we also need the practical skills that match this. And that's a key component of this course. Crucially, as we said, support is absolutely key. So we don't expect anybody to just take this information, to go on their own, to walk into their practice the next day and start treating this without further support, without further discussion. And we have a lot of ways, which we'll show you shortly, about how we offer this support, which is absolutely key. The schedule you can see here is for the upcoming March intake, which is due to begin on the 25th of March of this month. The schedule itself is built around multiple modules. These modules are released sequentially throughout the course, and again cover everything from the background and the fundamental basis of orthodontics onto different types of appliance, different techniques, clinical photography, and onto even things such as marketing and how to approach marketing your practice in the world that we have today. We like to really make sure that we teach a systematic approach in actually every aspect of the course that we deliver. Systematic approaches are fundamental for us as clinicians to help us really make sure that we are following a safe process for each and every one of our patients. If we're following a systematic approach, it stops things getting missed, and it means that we are able to focus on the new challenges or the new case that we may see in front of us without finding that actually we're missing or forgetting to do things that are key in these cases. This is the same whether it's for your approach to photography, or whether it's your approach to a bond up, whether it's your approach to a patient assessment. Each of these stages and steps, you should have a clear understanding before your appointment of what is needed, and then that allows you to really make the most of that appointment in the environment that often is a little bit more pressured with the patient there as well. So through these types of ideas, we really want to give you that confidence to feel that what you're learning is something that can directly benefit your clinical practice.
Okay, so we've discussed a bit about the course and the content on it, and now I'd like to just share with you one of the ways in which you can access the learning material for the course, and that is through our virtual learning environment. Okay. We're going to play you a couple of videos just demonstrating the virtual learning environment. And this is going to form the majority of sort of your day-to-day learning. We've designed this in two parts. So we have initially an interactive part, which is designed much like a popular social network. And here we will post videos and learning materials and really try to stimulate discussion between both the tutors and the students, and also the students with each other. As you can see, some of the students here will be posting their cases, and will then be giving them some advice on how to treat this patient. And what we can do is we can follow a case through step by step in this fashion. And if at any point, for example, you don't know what to do, you could just post a quick photo, and then we can give you some more advice on that. And this has worked really well, and we've really found that this has built a fantastic community within the course. Here you'll see some of the video content. This is one of the presentations provided by Formlabs. And within the VLE, we have also the cases such as these, and any interesting videos or any interesting research that we like to discuss. But also there's some longer presentations as well, and some more focused and targeted learning materials. So this is the other part of the VLE where we have our module structure. And this follows a step-by-step learning pattern, and we try to cover orthodontics from the very start, from a very beginner level, all the way through to a very advanced level. And this is just a sample of some of the topics which are covered. But as James already said, the topics are very wide and varied. So in this area, we're exploring some of the different appliances and how they work. And you'll see we have a mixture of video content, learning text, and also photographs. Here's a presentation by one of our clinical tutors on the twin block appliance. We've designed the learning materials to be as comprehensive as possible. So for example, in this case, it will take you all the way through what the appliance is, how to take the necessary records, how to fit it, how to adjust it. We also like to cover, of course, the theory behind orthodontics, and we do provide a very comprehensive background tuition on a lot of the scientific information regarding embryology, growth, and development, as you'll see in this example. The modules you can follow through step by step, and if you have any questions at all, you can discuss that in the discussion groups. Okay, so that was just to give you an example of some of the teaching content which is on the course. As I said before, the course has been designed for everyone, really. So we're designed, if you're a very beginner, to give you that necessary foundation and then take you step by step through to providing advanced treatments. Or if you already have some experience in orthodontics, I'm sure that you'll benefit from some revision of the earlier stuff, but also there's a lot of detail on more advanced treatments. So we cover topics such as TADs, or temporary anchorage devices, impacted canines, surgical planning, and more. We've really developed this to be as comprehensive as possible. On top of that, we don't just want you to learn the theory behind orthodontics. We want you to be putting this into practice during the course on your own patients. We will send you out a practical kit with pretty much everything that you need to get started in orthodontics. Okay, this includes training models, so you can practice some of the techniques that we'll be teaching you, a full instrument kit, which covers almost every necessary instrument that you will need, and also cephalometry kit. We teach cephalometry as part of the course, and we understand that it's perhaps not the most straightforward subject for a lot of dentists, so we give you a full kit which you can practice on as well. Of course, this is a postgraduate diploma, and as such, we have to have assessments as part of it. Now, the assessments, it's an important part of the course. It validates your learning, okay? And it also helps us track your progress. They're not meant to catch you out in any way. We haven't designed anything with any trick questions, but it's important that an assessment is part of the course so we can follow the learning, make sure that you're understanding everything throughout. The assessments are very simple. We have a combination of MCQ assessments based around the modules. These are done online and they cover the theory content only. So we're not going to be testing your ability to treat a very complex case in your clinic, for example. We just want to make sure that you understand the content which is being taught to you. And finally, we also do a case presentation towards the end of the course. Like I said, the course has been designed to get you practicing orthodontics, and if you're already practicing orthodontics, get you practicing orthodontics to a higher standard. So we would be really happy if at the end of the course you can present a case on your work covering the things that you've learned, and we'll of course have a fantastic discussion on that. There'll be a few simple questions just to make sure that you've understood everything, but really it's not meant to catch you out at all. The case is just again another part of the assessment process to make sure that you've understood and learnt the things that we've been teaching. And of course, at the end of this, after you've been through the diploma program, after you've passed the assessments, you'll be awarded with a qualification. And a qualification is the postgraduate diploma in orthodontics and dentofacial orthopedics. And by the end of the course, this is something that you should all be very proud of achieving. The course has been structured in a way that everything that we do is underpinned by a background of the scientific literature. And as a result, we have the course accredited, and it's been accredited by a UK awarding body called EduQual, who put through very rigorous tests into the accreditation process, because we really wanted to develop a course which you can all take away and take back to your clinics, which provides some real value to you for your clinical practice. I'm now going to hand back to James, who's going to discuss a little bit more about the next steps.
Thank you, John. So for those of you who are keen to sign up, I know that several of you were just waiting to find out a little bit more after this evening. We do still have places available for the course, which is beginning at the end of this month on the 25th of March. The process is very, very straightforward. You're able to sign up on our homepage, as you can see in the video example here. You simply go to that page, follow the instructions, the registration process, where it will take your details, your registration, the details of your practicing license and clinical experience as well. As part of this process, you'll be able to give us a little bit more information about what you hope to learn and achieve on the course, which is all very, very important for us to understand and build an idea of each of our students and dentists that are joining us on the program. The payment and the fees itself, the fees are £8,995. The deposit for that to secure your place is £595. We are able to offer installment options, so you can spread the cost of that over the 12 months period, which makes a very popular option for many. And for those that wish, you are able to pay in full, and you would there is a 5% discount for the payment in full before the course begins. The course at the moment at this point is being run and as a online only course, because of the fact that in the last few years we have been unable to travel the world and unable for our dentists and students to travel to London here to join us for face-to-face teaching. So we've made sure that this online aspect of the course is able to comprehensively offer everything that you would be able to achieve from a face-to-face conventional course. That's by using the practical boxes, the practical exercises, and the absolutely huge amount of ongoing support, discussion, and community resource within the VLE. However, we also do certainly really look forward to the day, which will hopefully be coming soon, where we can invite our delegates, our students, to come here to London to meet the lecturers and to have a face-to-face learning experience as well. At this stage, we would expect that they would be held in 2023. Again, much just depends a little bit on the travel restrictions that we see across the world being confidently eased enough for us to allow this. But please be assured that anybody that would like to attend this would be invited and able to attend any future face-to-face teaching blocks that exist. Our current students and current dentists that are learning with us at the moment across the previous programs are based all across the world. The course is designed that location, time zone, working hours are no barriers to learning. We wanted to really make sure that every aspect of the course was accessible and convenient wherever you are in the world. So I really am very proud of the extent and reach that both our lecturers and our dentists that are learning as students with us that we're seeing. It really is a fantastic community to be a part of. And I think that is really one of the key words and one of the words that we discuss a lot with the current dentists enrolled, and the lecturers also feel that they experience too, is that of community. Community gives so much to us. It gives us the opportunity to learn from each other, to feel confident from learning from each other's sometimes the mistakes that I may make and can share with the group, or someone else may see in each other's cases. But it's also a very positive way to grow our network, to make friends that we are able and look forward to meeting in real life in the future. And that's something that we really, really feel is very powerful, and especially in this time where for many of us travel has been so much more restricted in the past 2 years or so. We really do look forward to welcoming you, many of you, to join this community with us here at the London Dental Institute. I'd like to thank you for your time in joining us both this evening, and I hope that this has answered many of the questions that you may have. I know that plenty of questions have been coming in, and I hope that our team have been able to answer those for you. If your questions haven't been answered, then please be assured that they will be getting in touch with you tomorrow and during the week after. And you can also, of course, contact us directly via email or via our website. But for now, I'd like to say thank you again for joining us both here this evening, and we hope to welcome you on our courses again soon.